Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Big Coleon with This My Her podcast, of course, coming to you live, as always, um, live and from, I guess, wherever you want us to be from. That's where we're from. That's where we're broadcasting from. Use your imagination, think what you want to think, and that's where we are. We're here, as always, here to entertain you, not only to entertain you, but to hopefully, what I'm saying, help you guys gain some knowledge on some things, and just broaden your mind, so to speak. So with that being said, let me um let me bring in my co-host for the evening, La Doctora Lady G. How are
Good
you?
good evening, people.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful as usual.
All right. That's what's up. How was your week? Or 2 weeks really, because you know, we weren't here last week.
I don't know why you asked me that because my answer is always going to be the same. Wonderful, great,
I
marvelous.
well, we want to hear that. The fans want to hear that you had a fabulous week.
Even when it's, not fabulous, it's fabulous.
All right. Okay. Um, my birthday was last week. That's why we didn't come on. I um I got together with some fam and the kids and stuff, and we went to Longhorn Steakhouse, and I literally thought I can take out a porterhouse steak, and let me tell you that I couldn't. It was 22 ounces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really thought I can. I was like, I could take this shit out. I'm gonna fuck this steak up. Yeah, all right. It really went that way. Yeah, I had a lot left over. I really couldn't, but I had a good time. Kids and some fam and shit like that. We had a good time. It was nice. I was pleasantly surprised at how nice the evening went.
Why?
So
Why would you be surprised?
why would I be surprised? I guess
Yes.
I guess because everyone who showed up, I was surprised. Some people I was surprised showed up. That I was just kind of taken by it all. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want. I
Well,
just.
no, I wasn't invited.
But hey, hey,
Ain't no way.
hey, my bad. I didn't. I wasn't. I wasn't the one. I wasn't the one that set it up though.
Yeah.
So, but but yeah, man, everything is good. Everything is golden. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm good. I'm getting older, but getting better.
Oh, are
Um,
you getting better,
yeah,
Corleone?
yes, I am getting better. Come on, doctora, what you think? You think I'm not gonna be getting better? I'm
I
getting better.
don't. I
I'm getting
only you
better.
know that.
I know, but I
Only you
I, I am
know that.
getting better though.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel good. Everybody has their moments. You know what I'm saying? You go through some things here and there, but I ultimately feel like I'm good right now. You know,
That's good.
and I have great co-hosts. I got good friends, and you know how much better can it get? I mean it could. I mean I think at sometimes at some point things can get a little better, but I honestly think that right now I think I'm in a good place. I'm in a good.
Good.
And how about you? Do you feel like you're in a good place?
Um. Yeah, I get in a better place each day, each week, each month. Because the funny thing is, age and wisdom never come at the same time, right?
That is
So it's
true.
funny because I was at a doctor's appointment this morning,
Hmm.
and I was telling the doctor, I'm like, you know what's funny? I said, at this age, this is the oldest I've ever been, and I'm more Like, even though I have the aches and pains of getting older, and the creeping in of the arthritis and all that kind of stuff, like I think I'm mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm in one of the best places I've ever been, you know?
That's what's up.
Yeah. And
That's
and
what's
it
up.
really is, sometimes it really is just the state of mind, that
Mm,
you're in. The way you see things, the way you see life, the way, like they say, life is really only 10% what happens to you. It's
right.
90% what you do about it, how you
Right.
handle it.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what it is, man. I mean, you go through things, you experience things,
yeah,
and you live through things. And sometimes when those experiences happen and then they pass, you say to yourself, and actually ask yourself, I just survived this.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I went through it, I got through it, I survived. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I
and
want, I want you to do that. Like, sit and think about some of the worst times in your life, the worst seasons, the worst
the worst
moments.
seasons, yeah, they definitely, that life is definitely about seasons too.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah,
think about the worst things that you've been a part of, or in the middle of, or gone through, right? It wasn't until you allowed yourself to actually go through it instead of trying to avoid it
right,
that you were able to come out on the other side. It was when you had no other choices. You had, like, you kept trying to stay busy. You kept trying to ignore it. You kept trying to, push it down. And none of that was working. You found yourself, just as deep a hole as you'd ever been, until you got to a point where it was like, I can't take this anymore. I'm just going to let it happen. Once you let it happen and you feel what you're feeling, then you notice, oh, wow, that didn't last as long as I thought it would.
right,
It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Not saying it was easy, but like, it just wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And look at me now. Like, I'm way, way on the other side of it. And all I can do is sit and say, how did I do that? But because of it, I'm better for it. Like, I'm better prepared for it.
right.
Uh, and the funny thing is, especially as mental health professionals, we tend to, try to assist people to not feel what they're feeling, because a lot of people come and they're like, I don't like feeling this way. I don't want to feel this way. This is horrible. Nobody understands. And the reality is, nobody can understand, because each person, even if it's the same situation, each person experiences it and goes through it differently.
Yeah,
And the truth is, you got to start telling people, like, when they say you shouldn't feel that way, or you need to lighten up on yourself, or you need to get out of your funk, all this stuff. How about you just say, I need to feel what I'm feeling? Like, can you just let me feel what I'm feeling, so that the feeling can move? Because
right,
people are so afraid of judgment, afraid of their own self judgment. Like, what does it mean if I can't look at somebody without tearing up? What does it mean that I have to take a medicine for my emotions? And even people like me, like, I've mentioned before on the show that I'm a Christian. Like, we're also some of the worst people. When we tell each other, it's not of God, like depression, anxiety, all the mental health struggles is not of God, right? Well, clearly, he had something to do with it because it's here, so he either knew it was going to exist or whatever. So it's like we got to start letting, like, supporting people, asking them, what is it you need? And us who are going through it, saying exactly what it is. Because for some people, they like to be left alone. Other
Hmm.
people, they need physical touch. They need that support, someone to say it's going to be okay. Other people actually need advice. They need someone to go to so they can get an answer. But we have to listen to what people are saying. We have to listen not to answer, but to actually hear and to understand,
Right.
you know?
And
So it's
that's,
like, just let me feel it.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, what a lot of people don't realize is that, sometimes when, you have someone to listen, and they're listening, some people just don't know how important it is just to have that person there listening. Sometimes they think to themselves like, oh, they're just here because they feel bad, or they're here because, they think that, I just, they just feel guilty, they feel bad, they feel like they should be there for some reason. But sometimes people don't understand that we're genuinely here because we genuinely give a fuck. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like, we genuinely care. That's why we're here. That's why we listen. That's why we give feedback. That's why we do and say what we say and do, because we genuinely give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. But sometimes the people that are going through it, they can appreciate that. But in the moment, sometimes we give them things or think that we're being helpful, and we're really not for them. It's not helpful for them. Like my ex best friend.
Now, why is this friend an ex best friend?
Um, well, I guess I'm gonna try to make that long story short. When we first became friends, she's a New Yorican, okay?
Mm,
So she's very adamant about things, not afraid to tell you like it is, will throw down and at the drop of a hat, right? Um, early in our friendship, when we started, I made it very clear to her because I am very self-aware of myself. Uh, but introducing myself to her, introducing this friendship, I told her, if there ever comes a day where you feel that you need to stop talking to me or hold a grudge against me for something I said or did, then that is going to be you telling me that our friendship is over.
mm,
Because I love and care about people so much that that's not the way you resolve issues. If you hold on, if like, if we're friends, and we're supposed to care and love each other, you're supposed to tell me about it. Tell me what's happening. Tell me what you see that I don't see. If you're mad, like, I guess going back to my hood around the edges, if you're swole, say you're swole. If
right.
you want to slap me, tell me you want to slap me. If you're gonna want to be my family, then act like my family. And me and my brothers, there were boxing matches. I mean, I'm talking gloves and punching bags. Like, it was real. We'd be on the porch with the boxing gloves on, and we
Hmm.
literally would have a boxing match outside. Like, people who love you will tell you the hard things.
Right.
Not because they want to, but because they need to, because they love you and want you to be better. So anyway, after about 14, and I'm even her daughter's godmother, right?
Mm,
After 14 years of friendship, and I did suck up a lot of things, like, there were plenty of times in our relationship where I felt hurt, I felt, you know just damage from her, but I accepted her for who she was. I accepted that she was that person, that she was that, you know petty, and she would admit it herself that she was petty, right? um I accepted her as that petty person, but it got to a point where I wasn't meeting her expectations. I actually think the whole thing had to do with being a godparent, right? So I wasn't the godparent that she thought I should have been. But in my eyes, in my heart, I was being the best godparent I knew how to be, the best godparent that I thought I could be, right?
Hmm.
Um, but for her, it wasn't good enough. So she started, I guess, feeling angry. But instead of telling me about it, like actually having a how can we resolve it conversation, she just kept letting her expectations build and build and build until it got to a point where she actually questioned me about whether I got her daughter a gift or not. After I already told her, made it clear to her that at that very moment I wasn't financially able.
Hmm.
But there in the daughter's 13 years of life, not once have I not been there for her or have I not shown up. And that's the thing. Like I tried to show up when I couldn't spend money. I would spend money even when I didn't have it just so the girl would have something. Like
Right. Yeah.
I might not have been able to buy the $300 cake, but I didn't show up without one,
Well, that must be
right?
one hell of a fucking cake. It was $300.
Well, it's like she saw it on Pinterest and, all this stuff. So it's like, but she has quality tastes and I can appreciate that, but I'm a single parent. I don't have quality pockets. Uh
That's a good way to put it.
But I always showed up with love. And even though I couldn't get like the unicorn cake she asked for, I showed up with a unicorn cake.
Hmm.
Like even if I had to buy all the pieces that went with it, or if I had to order something on Amazon to put on the cake, like I even bought, the cakes for her other kids who were not my godchildren, but that I love. But anyway,
Now,
long story
are we
short,
talk? Are we talking the Little Debbie unicorn cakes? Or are we talking a cake you baked yourself?
no, it's a cake I bought, but they were big cakes,
No,
like
I'm just saying because they got unicorn Little Debbie cakes. I'm just making
oh
sure it
no,
wasn't one of
no, no,
them.
no, no. No, I would buy like the
I'm just bullshitting.
decorations.
I'm just,
No, but people who know me know that I actually go above and beyond. Sometimes
right,
I overdo it.
right.
Whether it's over giving, over selling, over loving, I'm extra, right?
Mm,
So she mentioned all of these things as thoughts in her mind, but never that they were such a concern that she would stop talking to me. So anyway, in October, somebody's laughing at me. In October, I actually officiated one of her children's weddings, and
mm.
I was honored to do it. I was glad to do it. And let me tell you, when I showed up, I gave it all I had, right? Made sure I showed
Fireworks,
I
everything
let
coming
me
down
tell
like
you,
we were
I
just
was
doing it in.
praying over everything. I was, bringing the love. I was bringing the love, and I did exactly what the daughter asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can't control traffic, and the venue was like 3 hours away. So for the rehearsal dinner the night before, um, I left 3 hours before I should have to get there on time.
Wow.
But driving through Philadelphia traffic, there was like a bad accident, and I was 45 minutes late to the rehearsal dinner.
Mm,
Now, if there's going to be problems, that's what the rehearsal dinner's for, is for the
absolutely.
problem. So
To iron all that shit out.
yeah, but when I showed up, as soon as I showed up, I stood there kind of waiting to see because they were in the middle of the practice. So I just stood there to kind of wait until it was done so that, she could talk to me, show me what I was doing. And I apologized profusely, but again, I can't control if someone gets in an accident. Like those are things that are out of my control.
Right.
Now, had I left late, that would have been under my control. But I left extra early. Uh, so I got there 45 minutes late. After I got there, they all ignored me. Like they acted like I wasn't even there. Um, and then after the thing was over, I tried to approach the bride to kind of say, is there anything, special that you need me to do? And I mean, you would think as the bride, you want to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. So
Right.
you want to show your officiant what they're
Right.
supposed to be doing. Nope. They totally ignored me. We went to the venue for the dinner. I sat there and it just felt very awkward, very uncomfortable. But then the morning of the wedding, I went down. We all go down early for breakfast and everything. I even saw the bride on the elevator. And I said good morning. And she kind of gave me, a dry good morning. And I was like, all right, no
Man,
problem.
I'd have sent in Father Mike at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, again, I was handling, that's not me. That's not who I am.
I know, I know, I know.
I
I'm
made a
just saying.
promise and I always follow through. But then my comadre, at breakfast, I was like, good morning, being sweet and everything. And she just came out of nowhere and was like, so are you going to be on time for the wedding today? I was like,
Mm,
what? First of all, we're at the hotel. We're literally 5 minutes down the street from the wedding venue. Like, and the bride, and I asked the bride, what time do you want me there? She said at 12 o'clock. I was like, okay. The wedding didn't start till 2. So I was like, all right, I'll go at 12 and I'll help, set things up. I get there, go see the bride in her little room that she's getting ready.
mm-hmm.
And basically, she was, again, ignoring me like I wasn't even there. And when I asked if there was anything I can do, she's like, "No, you can just go stand at the altar outside or whatever." So literally, she had me and my daughter just standing outside, doing nothing for 2 hours.
Nah, man. That's
And
some ungrateful shit. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
like I didn't know how to feel about that. And then at the reception, nobody spoke to me. No, like again, nobody acknowledged me. Like I was really treated like a piece of garbage. So I asked like her best friend, I'm like, are you aware of something that I've done that she might be angry? Nobody didn't know nothing, didn't say nothing. So I left. I didn't hear from the lady for months. Yeah, it was. And I tried to justify it. I really did. I tried to justify the behavior or whatnot. But then I didn't hear from her for months. And then out of nowhere, she invites me to a housewarming. And I'm like,
Hmm.
what? Actually, Thanksgiving, I sat and I thought to myself, of all the things I'm thankful for, right? And I was like, okay, so we have come 14 years later, we have come to this place that I told her if we ever got here, then that was her telling me that she no longer wanted us to be friends.
Right.
And she hadn't spoken to me from June all the way to Thanksgiving. Uh, and again, saw me in October at her daughter's wedding, and they didn't say thank you. I didn't get paid for it, like nothing, nothing, not a new house,
Wow. Wow.
nothing. And I told you, I put my foot in it that day. I was like giving them all the love I had in my heart, and read off of the script that she gave me, and I think I knocked it out of the park. So, but I basically told my friend, listen, this is a choice you're making, not me. But, again, I'm a woman of my word. I told you this was the consequence for petty childish behavior. And you are 50 something years old, and this is not the way you should be acting. If you had a problem with me, number one, you should have told me because I had no idea. Number two, I still don't know what's going on. And number three, you literally embarrassed me and treated me like garbage in a public setting in front of my own child, and I took it. I was
Mm,
like, and for me, that is, I- I'm not going to say unforgivable because I can forgive anything, but that is just unacceptable. And,
absolutely right.
you know, um, and I thought we meant more than that. And then she even came back and was like, I was like, and then I don't hear nothing from you, and then you're going to invite me to a housewarming for what? So that I could buy you a gift. So, because then I started thinking about the 14 years. And I was like, you know
Right.
what? In 14 years, and we lived an hour away from each other. In 14 years, you've been to my house twice. I've been to your house 4 to 5 times a year. Like I'm always traveling to you, doing for your kids. Yeah, pile of mean girls. That's exactly. And I don't function that way. You know? Life is too short. Life is too short for me anyway. Life is too short. If I have an issue, I'm going to speak up and let you know I have an issue. We can make adult decisions and decide we don't want to be friends anymore. But I basically told her, yeah, they don't. They don't. And we even saw each other as family. Like my daughter calls her Titi, which means aunt. Um, you know, and then she started contacting my daughter behind my back. And I was like, listen, my daughter's at the age now where I'm not going to stop you. But like that's just some really elementary and
It is.
childish stuff.
It really is.
And I
It
don't
really really is.
and so I just decided I don't want to be a part of that. So unfortunately that is why she is my ex-friend now. I still love her. I still love her to death. And actually last month I think it was, I went and picked my daughter or my goddaughter up to take her out. And being in their house, being in their presence caused me to tear up because it was very painful. It was very
Right.
painful to have to say goodbye to a friendship that a family member that I loved. But she was making this choice and I needed to stand on that. You know, I
Yep.
needed I needed to stand on my promise and that's what I did.
Yeah.
Um, and
Let me real quick. Let me bring Dubs in. Hold on one
oh,
second.
okay.
Hey, you good? I don't hear you. Your mic is off.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm outside, man, getting there, yo, because, like,
You sound muffled like really bad.
hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on.
So Lady G, keep going. I'm sorry.
No, no, no,
Hey,
it's good.
hey, like the Verizon guy, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm
So
just enjoying this air.
all
Beautiful
Yeah,
right.
it was
weather.
really nice out today.
Yeah, really,
Yeah, it
really
is.
nice.
Yeah, good.
So
Oh, but we had started that conversation because I was saying, my ex best friend or whatever, anytime I was going through something, I couldn't call her because as much as I loved her, as much as I wanted to call her, like she was the first person I thought about when something was going bad.
right.
But I wouldn't call her because she would always end up making it about her, and about what I should do instead of allowing me to go through it. Yeah, very toxic, very toxic. And especially at this time of my life. Toxic, I want that far away from me.
Yeah.
All these yo-yo friendships, relationships, whatever. Nope. When I say goodbye, it's goodbye. Don't come back. The ship has sailed. You're not going to be putting me on pause. I'm not a placeholder in case your other thing falls through. No. I'm a good friend. I'm a good woman. I'm a good sister. I'm a good family member. If you can't deal with me correctly the first time, then I have to regretfully, lovingly give my distance and live
Mm-hmm.
my life. Because my life right
Absolutely.
now, yeah, this season of my life, my youngest is about to graduate high school and go to college. Right now, it's about her. And when that's done, it's about me living my best life, and that includes self care, caring
Mm-hmm.
for myself, my relationship with my faith, my job, you know. Yeah, small circle. My circle's so small, it doesn't exist. You're looking at my circle right here on the screen.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much for letting me be a part of your circle.
this is the only people I talk to.
All right.
Appreciate that, for real.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what? It when we're younger, there's a Spanish saying, mejor sola que mal acompañada, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
basically is like it's better to be alone than with bad company. So
Yeah.
if I want to be miserable and angry or whatever, I could do that all by myself. I don't need to have other people in my life to feel that way. And the funny thing is I have created a very peaceful, loving life. I don't have drama, I don't have any of that stuff. I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, you know but I try to learn something new about myself every day. I'm always trying to make myself the better version of myself. You know, I'm working on my health, on, being healthy, being a good mom, again, a good employee, and just loving people how I want to love them, not,
Right.
not always having to compromise myself to make them happy. And truthfully, it even includes, my ex-husband, like, dude, you've had so many years where I've been the nice guy. I'm not the nice guy anymore. I'm not going to be nasty. I'm not going to be mean, but I'm going to play things the way you want to play them. You want everything to be dry and like by the book, so be it. That's how we're doing it. So don't get mad when I go by the book and you're going to be spending money on your lawyers and all this other kind of stuff. Hey, Midnight, we are wonderful. So there just comes a time when you have to have boundaries for yourself. You have to say
Right.
enough is, even within yourself, enough is enough. If I'm not going to take care of me, how can I expect anybody else to want to take care of me? Like when again, at my age now, I think this is the healthiest I've been, emotionally, mentally, physically, trying to stay active, trying to do things that I enjoy,
Right.
uh, you know, making me happy. Because the truth is, I think we have this mistake where we we tell other people that we're happy when they're happy, right? And the thing is, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. To put your happiness in somebody else's hands, that's a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
because nobody should be responsible for something you need to do for yourself, you know? Because then that means that your happiness is always going to depend on the other people's moods.
Right.
And that's not okay, because what if you having a bad day, or what if Dubs is having a bad day? If I depended on the two of you guys to bring me my happiness, to make me happy.
Well, you're asked out then.
Yeah, because
Especially especially today, you'll be asked out today.
yeah, I saw your message earlier.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah. You know what? And
so
yeah,
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like
So
we can't do that. We have to make ourselves responsible and accountable to ourselves, to make sure that we're doing everything we need to do. I think I've mentioned before, I'm at the gym 5 o'clock every morning. True story. Yeah, I see you.
oh shit, yo,
Huh?
yo. Look, you know what? What that inspired? Yo, see, I'm at the gym 5 o'clock every morning. See, that shit just woke me up. You know what I'm saying? And
What?
I can't wait to get my surgery done, so I could come on here and be like, you know what? I double down with you. I'm at the gym at 4:30 in the morning. How you like them apples? And actually
Hey,
go to the gym. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
right there with you, Dubs.
Yo,
In order to be able to do this, I've had foot surgery, I've had hand surgery, uh I just had endoscopy. Like, I'm doing all of it.
yeah. Speaking of endoscopy, I got to get that Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's all pre-surgery.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes
I can't wait. I
sometimes
can't
we
wait for
have
this
to
shit to be
do
over.
yeah, but sometimes we have to do the thing that we're most afraid of, you know?
I
Like,
I ain't afraid. Yo. You know what? I'm afraid of colonoscopies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
why?
afraid
They
of that.
put you to sleep. So why are you
It
afraid
don't,
of that?
yo, because yo, you know what? It's the torture the 24 hours beforehand. You're drinking that freaking liquid and shit, clearing yourself out. It's torturous. And then like
No, it's
and
not.
yes,
I've
it
been
is.
there.
Yo. You know what? Like
Eh,
just drinking that nasty ass liquid that you got to drink a gallon of it before you know what I'm saying anything. And plus, you know what I'm
Yes, I
saying,
know. You got to drink a
and
lot of it, but
and plus you're being cleared out. You know what I'm saying? You're being cleared out to the point where like you're cramping up because like it happened to me, right? And then
right,
like you
but
know
if
like
you
and then like you know what I'm saying like you're basically on 24-hour fasting, right? And then like you know what I'm saying you smell like people cooking. That's the torture part because you know what? At some point you want to eat and you can't
right.
even eat. You know what I'm saying? That's the torturous part. You see what I mean? I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? That shit
Yeah,
was
you
just
just
straight
gotta,
torture.
you just have to prepare. That's all. You got to get yourself in the mindset.
And then like waking up and like all of a sudden you have unwanted gas and you're trying to like with me personally, I think it's funny because I had unwanted gas and I'm like, yo, you know what? It sounds nasty, but like it's natural. You see what I mean? Because you know colonoscopy and
Tanya's over here talking about bubble guts.
yo that yo yo, you know what? Empty bubble guts. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
for hours, you know what I'm saying? Like granted, I felt violated as is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here like, you know what I'm saying, like passing gas and that shit sounds like a marching band coming out, you know what I'm saying, from one of them HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? Like it sounded like it sounded like a tune was playing, you know,
Damn.
like yo, like it was blowing horn, bro. You know what? Like colonoscopies are the worst. I don't want to go through it again, but I have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like my first one, they found like a lot of polyps.
Yeah, that's not good, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
Again,
saying? So
sometimes we have to do the thing that we
that
have
we
been
don't want to
afraid
do.
to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
All right.
and I have to admit that part of this part of my life this season is because my own mother passed away when she was 52 years old, right? And I was all of like 21 maybe. Like I was in my early times like F that I need to eat. That's why you set it up for like crack of dawn morning. So I'm close to that now. And my youngest is 18, so she's not far away from her 20s. And even though I know it's not a realistic fear, it is still a fear. My
Of
like
course.
my mom was 52 and I probably won't forget it even if I cross 52. I still might worry about it. But it's definitely the time in my life where my mortality is definitely
In question.
smack me in the face. A lot of my friends are passing away, people that I knew. And we're still fairly young. So if that's happening, that really gets you thinking, am I doing what I need to be doing um, to at
You know,
least set myself up to succeed?
you
You know?
you you know what? Like my mortality always you know what I'm saying, like I always question my mortality, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, things happen.
Yeah.
But like earlier, like yesterday and today, like the stuff that I seen, I really, you know what I'm saying? Like it really got me to the point where I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I would like to speak on it, but it kind of like crosses lines a little bit
You know what?
because
You can just you can
you
generalize it, Dubs. You can just say when it comes to
but
certain things,
yo,
like
yo, you know what? All right, so I have to let it out. You know what I'm saying? Like if I start crying, so be it, man, because I'm not speaking on a political agenda. I'm speaking as a father.
no, it's real. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking as a dad. You know what I'm saying? When I seen those bodies on the floor, like I hugged my daughter a little tighter. You know what I'm saying? Because like at some point, you know what I'm saying, like you gotta call out, you know what I'm saying,
Injustice.
you know what I'm saying, the elephant in the room. Like
Yeah.
yo, you know what? What's going on isn't I don't think that's justified. Like the kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, right? If Corleone had a problem with me and he saw me in the street, fine. That's business to me.
Right.
But if I caught Corleone walking with his kids or grandkids, I'll let him be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, yo, you know what? That to me is off limits. But it's like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, people justifying that, well, they're, this, that, and the third.
Infanticide.
And yeah,
You
you know what
know,
I'm saying? Like it's you know what I'm saying? Like
it's heartbreaking.
I
It's
yes, you know what I'm saying?
heartbreaking.
Like I expect animals to do that. Polar bears do that, bears do that, lions do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like that's built into their system. Us, you know what I'm saying? We have reasoning.
Yeah.
And yet, you know what I'm saying, it messed me up to the point, man. It was like I di- I
But see,
can't
think
imagine
about
that,
think
man.
about the think about this,
Like
Dubs, right? So we've talked about the relationship things before, and you've talked about like how you used to treat women, and it wasn't until it happened to you that it kind of woke you up, right?
yeah,
So it's things like that. It's things like seeing. videos, seeing photographs, seeing reality, right? Of things that we really never saw before from that point of view
No,
to really wake us up and say, man, so we have to be the change we want to see, you know?
know what's a funny thing, right? I used to watch Faces of Death and laugh at it back then. Like
Mm,
this shit was kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? Like the narrator, like he had a very, like he had a very sick sense of humor, and I found that kind of funny because back then, because like I did not care, like I had no care in the world for that.
right.
But like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like
When stuff starts
I was,
hitting home, it's
yeah,
different.
like yo, you know what? I can't imagine being a father who has to bury their child so damn early. You know what I'm saying? And you was just with them yesterday.
Yeah,
Like especially under those circumstances, man. Like you know, and like yo, you know what? And it's like the messed up part about it is that if you speak out on that, all of a sudden, what I'm saying, you're catching a label, and you really can't. I'm saying, you have to be careful around certain things. But however, if it was done by a different group,
yeah,
it'll be. What I'm saying, yeah, we can speak out on that. Not a problem. We can speak out against that injustice. But
yeah,
like that's why like what I'm saying, like I'm trying to tiptoe. What I'm saying, I'm trying to tiptoe around it
yeah.
because like it's what I'm saying, just it's the
It's
kids, bro.
impactful.
What I'm
Yeah,
saying, like yo, you know what? Like the morning parents and like the morning kids. I'm saying, like bro, they don't
let me
deserve
tell you
that, man.
something.
They
It's
tell they
hard.
don't deserve that, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hard to lose parents, but the worst
but
feeling
like
in the
that,
world is
but like
losing
that though.
children. Yeah,
But yo, you know what? Yes, what I'm saying, like see, like with death, right?
yeah,
When someone is sick, when a loved one is sick, what I'm saying,
yeah,
you're expecting it.
yeah.
When it happens like a car accident, what I'm
It's
saying,
devastating.
yeah, what I'm saying, like it's like a shock. What I'm saying, it's like a shock and awe. Like like anything sudden is a shock and awe. But when
When it's just
that's but
violence.
but when is that circumstance when you're just hearing explosions, and all of a sudden something comes to your living room and you see nothing, and you wake up and your whole family's flattened out. What I'm saying? Like out of nowhere. It's like that to me is probably kind of different. What I'm saying? Like
Oh
and
yeah,
thank
oh yeah.
and yo, you know what? Thank God I live here for now. You know what I'm saying? Because like the way
But
the
even
world is
we're
going,
getting that way. Even we are
yo,
getting that way.
you know what the weight, you know what I'm saying? This it's almost as if like us, you know what I'm saying? Like we're going one way, but the world's going the other.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's totally different directions. And as of right now, I thank God that, like I live in a so-called safe haven when in all reality, what I'm saying? Like it's probably not that, you know what I'm saying? But as of right now, that's what it is.
yeah,
And my prayers go out to the, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yo,
Yeah.
you know what? Yo, you know what, man? Like those images, man, like yo, you know what? It's worse than me seeing someone get hit by a train. And I've seen it before. Like
So yeah, I understand.
and
Completely. I
and
get it.
yo and bro, you know what? And this is the reason why I question my mortality now. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why, like, like I have a stronger strive to live because you know what I'm saying, I have a baby, you know what I'm saying? I need to protect her. You know what I'm saying? I gotta protect my kids. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna get that ugly, like I gotta protect my kids, man, because yo, you know what? You know, I put it on God and everything. Forgive me, you know what I'm saying? This sounds blasphemous, but yo, you know what? I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Like, and yo, you know what, man? Like that's just not even right, bro. Like I can't, you know what I'm saying? And the only reason why like it affected me because you know what I'm saying, like is bodies on the ground that I seen that's the size of my daughter, bro. It's probably the same age. At some point, man, you know what I'm saying? Like Like, and I ain't even speaking on a political thing, man. It's on a moral thing, bro. Speaking as a human, no politics
Well, we
involved.
always tell
But
people this might
but
hurt.
like, yo, you know what? But like, yo, you know what? You know what? They're gonna be like, oh, you're a sympathizer and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you know what I mean? So that means you're okay. You know what I'm saying? So that means you're okay. You know what I'm saying, with genocide and infanticide and all that ethnic cleansing stuff. You okay with that? All right. I'm not okay with that. I'll never will be. You know, like kids don't, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear that excuse. Well, they're hiding behind the kids, bro. But you're killing them. So you wipe out 30 people just to get to one.
More than
You're
one.
killing. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though, like you wipe out 30 people just to get to one.
No,
30 innocent lives just to get to one.
that's warfare.
Yo, it is. But yo, you know what?
It's fucked up.
Is it?
That's what it
Yo,
is.
yo. You know what? Is it
But what
or
I don't like is the like highlighting of one specific area when worse things are going around in Africa right now, when worse things are
yo,
going on in the
yo?
Sudan, when worse things are
Exactly.
going on around the world, and everyone wants to make this about only two countries when we got a president who's siding with a dictator against another fucking country that was uh ambushed and trying to be take from another country, and we're siding with the dictator. Do you even understand where we are right now? Like, it's
It's
insane.
bad. It's bad. You know what?
And I
And
just want people to
but
wake up.
but but like yo, you know what though? It's like yo, you know what though? Like I'm speaking on a personal thing. Like I didn't want to make it like a political thing, but regardless of what it's gonna sound like, anyways, you know, is that
It, but
you know
not
like
even
it's
politics aside, Dubs. This is about human life. People
exactly exactly
don't ever
and
take
yo and that's the
human
reason
life
why
into
and
consideration.
you know what and you know what's fucked up about it too, you know what I'm saying, is that we could be speaking on this human life stuff, right, and they'll make it about politics, you know what I'm saying, because like that's how like ingrained this whole society is right now. Everything's about politics. It's like yo,
But
you know
a
what,
lot of politics are like enveloped within these things. You can't, it's like you can't just ignore certain
and
things.
that's the fucked up part about it, because yo, you know what, certain things aren't about politics, you see what I'm saying, like how yo, you know what,
But
how is it being
power
compassionate
is
about
about
human life?
politics.
But yo, you know what? Compassion, yo, but compassion is not. You know what I'm saying?
But
Being
people, but no,
compassionate is
but the
not.
people in power don't have compassion. So
That's
how do
true.
you expect that to change? Like we get mad at the wrong people. You should be getting mad at the people that are in charge of things
Yo,
everywhere.
you know what? Yo, you know what? I know where my anger's directed at, but I'm not gonna say it on this platform because yo, you know what? Out of respect, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Out of
you know,
respect
like
for
I'm
what? We have a First Amendment that is being used against us now when we talk about things that people don't want to hear about. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. Like, this is not
I agree with you.
America. That's not fucking
Every
America.
everything you saying, I agree with you. 100. Yo, believe me, 110% beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
And I'm
saying that, you
sorry,
know,
it's hard to sit here and pretend. Like, I just can't anymore. I can't pretend that everything is okay. I can't pretend that I don't have crazy levels of anxiety on a daily basis, which is probably making my health a problem right now. I can't, like, focus and function because I'm so afraid of what might happen to us because of who we're
I agree.
fucking with.
Yo,
I
I
want people to realize that nuclear bombs exist and countries have them. And if we fuck with the wrong people and say the wrong fucking things, they can send something right to us. We are not immune from things and the realities of the world. We can
you're
be
right.
the next fucking Palestine. Just don't be fucking stupid. Like,
You know what? Yo, everything you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Corleone knows that, you know what I'm saying? I've said it before. You know what I mean?
I don't know, where
Everything
did
you're
he
saying.
go?
Yeah, where you got? Where you went? You know
I
what?
was
His
like, he
dog.
has to come back because I feel like this doesn't run without him. So
Yeah, I know.
I'm just very frustrated. I'm just very frustrated with things. Oh,
Oh,
Lord Jesus. We might
now
both be
Dubs is
gone soon.
gone.
I don't know what's happening. I broke it. I broke
Uh,
everything.
oh, I'm back. Yo, you know
I
what?
came in and broke it.
Yo, 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 you know what? Like, I didn't want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I can't hold it in, man. Like, I really can't, man. Like,
It's horrible and it's
it's,
atrocious, the
you know what I'm
things
saying? Like,
that people
it's,
are doing.
you know, like, like a Sudan, you know what I'm saying? Boko Haram, like, you know what I'm saying? From what I heard, beheaded like Christians. You know what I mean? Like,
It's all
it's,
under the word of God. It's always a religion that's being used, but it's
yeah, but what,
really just a high, like it's jihadist shit. It's like beyond what the real religion is. It makes Muslims look really bad
no, it
when they're
does.
not bad people. Their religion isn't bad. Quran isn't bad either. It's you have extremists on both sides, Christians and Muslims, that take shit way too far
Exactly.
and
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what?
interpret the books the way they want.
You know, like, yo, you know what, man? Like, it's just, yeah, I couldn't hold that shit in today, man. Like, I really couldn't, man. Like,
It's
you know,
fine.
like, yo, you know what? Like that's what I said, you know, before it made me question my mortality as to you know, like it made me appreciate where I'm at right now. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But it made me hug my daughter a lot tighter.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And yo, like yo, I seen it yesterday, man. I was crying for 2 days. I was even crying today. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't like I really don't know why like you know what I'm saying, seeing that affected me like that. You
Hmm.
know, like maybe that was the straw that really broke the camel's back, you know what I'm saying? Because of all the of all like of all the other pressures I'm going through right now, such as, you know, like dealing with lawyers and operations and stuff. And what's Corleone at?
I was just gonna ask if anybody has reached out to him to see what happened to him.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on, man. Let me text him.
Because I'm like, what happened here?
I think we know. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
what happened, bro?
You can't
Nah.
disappear like that. That scares me.
Nah, I was in the room. I just had to step away for a second.
Did you have to poop?
No, I didn't have to. I'm not I'm not drinking a gallon of that shit. So I don't
Yo,
I'm not getting a colonoscopy or anything. So
yo, participating in the peepathon.
yeah. So
Yo,
real
yo, 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 yo. You know what? I just had to get that out of my system. You know
all
what I'm
right.
saying? Like, I
So check.
apologize, whatever.
I'm
He pooped
gonna
it out.
yeah. So I got a couple of emails. Um
Email time. Let's go.
yeah, this light is
Al-
going on because my old man eyes can't see the paper at
Oh
any
Already an
time.
god.
hour into the show.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna let y'all speak it out. All right. This is kind of long, so that's why I have to turn the light on to see. So bear with me.
Yo,
Oh
he,
boy, huh? This is how you
yo,
know we're old.
yo.
Yeah.
He got
All
the
right.
homicide light on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's
Where were you?
intensive.
Where were you on the night of the 15th?
Yo, for real.
Interrogation.
You know you don't fucked up, right?
Yeah, you know you don't fucked up.
You know you don't fucked up, right?
All right, so check it. All right, it says, "Hey, this might hurt podcast. Recently, I was having a conversation with a cousin that made me realize something odd. I am hoping you guys can help me process this and if I am maybe overreacting in my concerns. When I was 2 or 3 years old, my mom, being 17 or 18, she started dating this guy. He was a neighbor, family friend, about 3 years older than her. They only dated about 6 months, and mom called it quits. I was told by a few that he was extremely distraught about their breakup. As I continued to grow up, I remember seeing him around, which I recall feeling uncomfortable because he would comment that I was his daughter and ask for a hug but the amount of times did not seem significant. When I hit high school, I got a social media account. I quickly received friend requests. He soon started to request I call him. I would keep seeing how he kept saying how he missed me and saw me as his daughter. After many messages, I felt obligated to make the call. Once on the phone, he was super excited and quickly made me uncomfortable. He again told me how much he loved and missed me, how he wished to see me, and how he always saw me as his daughter. Mind you, he only dated my mom for 6 months when I was 2. After the call, I proceeded to ignore him and go forward. I continued to ignore him going forward. I did block him from MySpace and my previous Facebook after yearly messages requesting to call him. Instead of blocking him on my newer accounts, I just ignored him. Some examples of messages. You shall always be my daughter, the daughter I never had. You stole my heart the day I first met you. Happy birthday. That was in June of 2020. I love you with all my heart, even though I haven't seen you for so many years. I still hold you dear to my heart, but don't tell anyone. That was in May of 2023. I just gave a couple. I did ask my mom, a couple of years back if if he had reached out to her, which she reported to me that he tried back a few times, but nothing of significance. He recently reached out to me again last month after my mom passed. All he did say was, "Can you call me? I want to see you." But I think because I ignored him all these years, it did not click that it was creepy. But am I over exaggerating if I say that the messages are borderline obsessive and concerning? If I block him again, should I block him again? Would blocking him again cause a negative reaction from him? Is this a safe situation? Hold on, let me put the page here. It's pretty long. Am I unsure? Am I unsure how the death of my mom impacted him? But I have children now and finally clocked that this is not normal behavior. And at the end of the day, I can't help but wonder, was he obsessed with my mom or me? Thank you for reading, and I look forward to your opinions. What do you guys think of that?
Mm.
I'd be calling SVU.
Right? I think it's
Yo, that
creepy and weird.
That is
yeah.
so, oh gosh, that is
And
so
you and
pedophile-ish.
trust your instinct. Like it felt creepy. It felt weird. You blocked him for a reason. Don't like let this person back in. There's no reason for it. That's just weird.
See, this is the reason why like I got love for my female counterparts because they take the word out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. That's just like that's just like weird behavior, man. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, unless you know what I'm saying, like you took an active role in raising her throughout her childhood, you know what I'm saying? Unless and like you feel like and you know what I'm saying, and you adopted that role as being like her, you know what I'm saying, like her male, like you know what I'm saying, like the father figure, unless it's that, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like yo, call, you know what I'm saying, like unless you got that, you know what I'm saying, that rapport of like, you know, father, you know what I'm saying, stepfather, stepdaughter, you know what I'm saying, relationship where like, you know what I'm saying, you love her like your own. That's one thing. But like, yo, you know what, man, like you in and out, you know what I'm saying, out, you know what I'm saying, out the life at, you know what I'm saying, at 2 years old,
It's
right?
it's not that it's not that the dude was even in and out. It's that he was in a relationship with her mother for 6 months,
Exactly.
and he
That that
was
that's not
out the
that's
pic.
not
After that, he was out the picture.
that's not even, you know what I'm saying, long enough to even have that, you know what I'm saying, that type of relationship, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah,
like it,
that's
Yo,
you know what
people
I'm saying?
aren't
Like that's
even
weird.
meeting my kids at least 6 months into our relationship. So if they were only dating for 6 months, He shouldn't have even ever met her.
Yeah, but you know what? They were next door neighbors, so
Yeah,
that
but
kind
Oh,
of
there's
like
a
that's
difference
right.
between seeing someone and actually being a part of their life type of thing because you were dating their mom.
Right.
Yeah, like I've got neighbors here. If I ever happen to date one of my neighbors, um, it would be more than even though my daughter knows them, they would not be invited into my house as somebody I'm seeing or introduced to her or told that we're seeing each other for a while, unless I know that it's for real, for real.
Right. And the thing that made me wonder too is that the dude, not consistently, but every so often would be like, "Yeah, I want to see you. I miss you. You're like the daughter I never had." Like, what's the obsession there? You know what I'm saying?
unless she, unless she looks like the mother or something like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He was probably obsessed.
That's even creepier, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what? I mean, yo, you know what? You gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really think about it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know what? After 6 months, the mother leaves and shit out of, you know what I'm saying? It's probably because he was obsessed. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
now, like, oh, she looks just like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what, man? Like, that's some,
It's weird.
yeah, man.
Benton
And,
and stable in the phone call, right?
yo, you know what? It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird ass behavior, man. You're like the daughter I never had, bro. Like, it was even an after part of her life.
Who the fuck?
What?
Oh my, Skintastic, man. Oh shit, that's a name I haven't seen in a long time. Oh shit,
Yo,
that's a name I haven't seen in a long time.
yeah, that sounds like a
Skintastic
porn.
Man was my YouTube name back when I was a Redskins video maker.
Yo, that sound yo, it's yo, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like one of them, you know what I'm saying, the 1980s, you know what I'm saying, porn figures. You bust through the room.
Oh
I'm
shit.
skintastic, man.
Oh shit.
Literally. That's literally what
You
it sounds like.
know what I'm saying, with the porn stash too.
Yep.
And that wild, crazy ass music in the background with nothing but
Ah,
saxophones.
all right,
Sounds
yeah.
like Ron Jeremy.
Yo, for real.
What's up, Bets? How are you, bro? I clearly remember you, B. Like, what's good?
Oh, snappity snaps.
Yeah, he's a Mets. He's a big time Mets fan, video maker. Great content, great content. I don't know what he's doing now with himself. I guess but I know that he was at the time giant fan, right, and a Mets fan, and great content. This guy was good.
Yo, off subject, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to like local sports around here, it's like, if you're a Yankee fan, they expect you to be a Giants fan. If you're a Mets fan, they expect you to be a Jets fan. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you know what? Him and I will be oddities. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm a Jets fan. You see what I mean? And he's a Giant fan and a Mets fan. Like, yo, you know what? Around here, it's like, oh, that's an oddity. You know what I'm saying? As if like there's like an unwritten rule around here where you got to be a Jets and a Mets fan and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's
So
just off top though.
so we're all in agreement that this
Yeah,
dude
that
has
shit is
got
weird.
this dude's got some issues and he needs to really get some
Seek
help.
help. Like Michael Jordan. Seek help. Get some therapy.
Yeah. All right. So then let's move on to this one. I think TG is gonna like this one.
We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. All right, back with the light. All right.
Where were you July 18th?
Check this shit out. My boyfriend has had sex with my sister-in-law and brother. What should I do?
I hate him. Leave him.
All right. So
What a douche.
hold up. Um, I started dating my current boyfriend about 2.5 months ago.
What?
He had been divorced about 3 years before we met, and I told him I was looking to settle down early during dating. He understood and was on the same mindset as I allowed myself to fall for him. He seemed like the man of my dreams. He has a good job, nice family, has his own home, and wants children like me. We both decided we should introduce each other to our families. I met his mother and father, and they are great people. Then it was his turn to meet my family. My parents live about 3 hours away. Live about 3 hours away. I lost my place. That's old man shit. But frequently, oh, my parents live about 3 hours away, but my brother and sister-in-law and two nieces live about 3 miles away in the same town that I live.
Oh.
I babysit my nieces frequently, and I'm close to my brother and his family. We decided they could meet him first. My brother and sister-in-law have been married about 8 years, and at this point, together probably about 10 years. When we both went to their home, my sister-in-law was noticeably acting weird, but my brother seemed okay and got along well with my boyfriend. They even went off to play pool after dinner while I helped my nieces and sister-in-law clean up.
Mm-hmm.
My sister-in-law took me to the side and told me something that made my world come crashing down. They had a threesome with my boyfriend. I was instantly sick to my stomach. I knew 2 years ago they were having a rough time in their marriage, and my brother considered opening up their relationship, but I hadn't heard anything about it after that, and wasn't my type. And I'm not the type to pry. I tried playing it cool. The rest of the time, we were in their presence of my brother and his family, the best of my ability. Once he left, I asked him if he had anything that he wanted to tell me. He said no. I told him I wasn't feeling well and needed to go home. For the next week, I avoided him until he stopped by my house and
Mm-hmm.
asked me to talk. He decided to come clean and said that he had met them through a local swingers club. He also told me that he participated in several orgies after his hold on.
He's stupid.
Several orgies after his ex ended their marriage. He explained that his ex was prudish and jealous, and sex was rare, so he went a little while once after the marriage ended.
Mm.
He has apologized profusely for lying and says that he didn't want to lose me. I still feel that this situation is so surreal. I honestly thought I honestly thought we had a connection. We've been intimate and have great chemistry. But I don't think this is something I can get over. It's not the part that he was involved in these activities, but more so that he lied, and the reality is that he's been sexually involved with two people so close to me. I told him I needed time to think about it. What should I do moving forward? Is this something that the relationship can overcome?
That's up to
Um,
you.
my boyfriend. I keep thinking about the idea of my boyfriend and my brother and sister-in-law having sex with each other. If this is a new relationship, I'm wondering if it's worth even saving.
If you can't get over something that he did in his past when he was exploring and having fun, then yeah, because it hits too close to home. It's literally your brother and his wife. Like, that is a small fucking world of all the people she meets. She meets the motherfucker that had the threesome with her brother and wife. Come on. You can't make this shit up. This is crazy.
Oh shit. Just think about this for a minute. Think about this for a minute. You had
Yo.
sex with a dude that had sex with your brother and sister-in-law.
Right.
Yo, but
Oh,
hold on,
Well, you
but
don't
hold on.
know if they had sex. The
Yeah,
threesomes can be
yeah, all right,
just
yeah,
on
but I mean,
her.
just the fact that the three of them were involved in
but yeah,
something like that.
yeah, yeah. Regardless, I mean, yo, you know what? Yo,
It is kind of funny though. It's like holy shit.
yo, bro,
Wow.
yo, you know, yo, you
Date
know
out of
what?
your town. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Oh, hold
Yo,
on. Check this out real quick. Hold on.
yo.
I don't know if you guys saw this one.
I can't read that.
All right. It says it's really strange, to be honest. It makes me wonder if he suffers from delusions and if he's attached himself to the idea of being a dad for all this girl's life.
Okay, I see it now. She has
Yeah,
kids now. This is all we're over that, but yeah, definitely.
hell yeah. But yo, you know what though? Like, I mean, think about it, man. Like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, your
Yeah,
brother's a
the-
freak. Your
yo,
brother's a freak.
yo, you know what?
You found
Oh yeah, no,
out.
hey, talking to his sister, like, yeah, you know,
This
yeah,
is the worst way to
he
find
he
out
piped
too.
he
Like
piped my wife out pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I was
we
watching. I was in the corner.
rotisserie
I
that
was watching.
bitch.
I was watching. I watched. I watched. Yo, like that's just
No,
All
that's
right.
crazy.
All right.
That is
So,
crazy.
yeah, that's
I even gave him a reach around for his troubles. Yo, imagine that.
So peep it. I'm gonna read one more email and then we're
Bro,
gonna
Okay.
yo,
I'm
But
gonna
basically, we've
hold up.
decided that it's really up to her. If she can't get over it,
Yo,
I wouldn't put myself in
in
that
all realness,
position.
yo, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's up to her, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah.
Like if she
Like,
honestly, if you can't get over it, which I can understand,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't.
Yo, definite. You know, because yo, you know what? I'm imagine, you know what I'm saying, Thanksgiving dinners, you know what I'm saying? Can you
I
please pass
don't
the
know.
leg? Oh, I'll pass you more than the legs the
I
last
love
time.
the breast though.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Like, hey, what do you do? Stuff in the turkey? Yeah, just like you did
Not
to my
just
wife.
that, but that's definitely gonna come up in one of their life arguments.
Right, like something. It's just
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
it's definitely gonna come up when they have an argument or a disagreement, or she
imagine an
starts
argument.
suspecting
Yo,
something. It's
what if she starts thinking that, he's now looking at the sister-in-law a different way
yeah,
because
yeah.
they've
That's
had
another
that
brother
situation.
intimacy, so that
or the
brings a lot
brother
of trust issues.
But
or
what
the
are the
brother.
chances though, right?
I know that's just crazy, and so, girl, I am so sorry it was you.
Yeah.
Brother, you know what I'm saying? Looking at the brother like you guys both, you know what I'm saying? It runs in your family. You guys both got nice asses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Freaks.
the fuck?
You both got nice asses.
Yeah.
I knew I seen
Phen-
that ass somewhere before.
Phenomenal ass even. Yo, you know what? You know what I'm saying? He must have walked in and he was like, oh, like you guys look different with clothes on. You
Oh
know what I'm saying?
damn. Oh damn.
Bro, like that.
Maybe he didn't recognize them at first because they did have
Yeah,
their
because they
clothes on.
exactly. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
like, wait a minute, maybe I know these people. And the brother's like, yeah, let's go play pool so I can remind you.
Yeah,
Let's go play
word.
pool. You know what I'm saying? Let's go hold some wooden sticks and hit some balls.
My wife's gonna
Like the
break it
last
down
time.
to her. Yeah.
Yeah, let my
Like
wife
the
take
last
care of this
time.
one. Yeah. All
Oh
right. So
boy,
let me.
that's
We got.
crazy.
Yeah, that is shout out. So
Yo, but yo, you know what though? What are the chances though? You know what I'm saying?
I
What type of percentage
know.
is that?
she said they live
You know,
3 miles away, and she ended up with a dude that slept with the both of them. Well, they had sex with them, had a threesome. That's crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy. All right. Here's
that's
the last. Here's
insane.
the last one. Here's the last one. I feel depressed every time we have sex.
Oh, boy.
Me. Oh
Yo,
shit!
yo,
All right, hold on.
You got the old man laugh.
Oh shit. All right. Me and my boyfriend
Yo.
have been together almost 2 years. We're both in, I don't know what this means, you and I. We're both in, I don't know,
University of, you know what I'm saying?
probably we're both in university, living together, and for the most part having things have been great. When we met, we were both virgins and have had zero experience, or he's had zero experience with girls. Lately, though, our sex life has been really getting me down. We barely have sex, maybe once a week, sometimes every three
No.
weeks. And when we do, he just lies there and puts in no effort. If I try to be intimate, he rejects me after sex. He either goes straight to sleep or hops on his computer.
Oh Lord.
And it makes me feel so unwanted and unattractive. I brought it up to him multiple times, but then he blames it on stress or says he's not on. I don't know what the fuck this says. It says he blames it on stress and he's not on a cut, and his testosterone is low. I just don't know what to do anymore. Has anyone else been through this? My boyfriend, he barely puts effort into sex, rejects my advances, and makes me feel unwanted. He blames stress and low testosterone, but I'm
Yo,
feeling really
how old
down
is this
about it.
dude? How
Um.
the
Oh
yo
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck is right. He's 19. She's 21.
Oh Jesus.
low testosterone,
Yeah,
bro?
that's bullshit.
Bro,
That's
Yo, you know what?
bullshit.
he needs to figure his shit out and she needs to go get some dick everywhere.
Yo, you know what? You need to check that browser to see what you know what I'm saying, what he's really watching. No, I'm serious.
No, you could
You know
be
what I'm
right.
saying? Like, yo, you know what? I mean, you gotta
Or
get a
maybe she
laptop,
should start putting things in his browser so he can learn something. Jesus.
Wow.
or
Yeah,
Nobody
that's
wants
not a bad
stale
idea.
fish.
or you know what? You
Stale
know what I'm
fish.
saying? Yo, or yo, you know what? If anybody's seen beat, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, give him a cavity search. You might like that shit.
Oh my
Just
Lord.
have to
Oh
reach the
man.
back of his teeth. He might. You know what I'm saying? He may be into that. I don't know. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know.
Like,
They just sound very young and maybe just shouldn't be in that kind of relationship.
No, they shouldn't. They really
nah. You know what I'm
shouldn't.
saying?
It
Like
sounds
yo,
like
you know what?
maybe he has some other shit going on.
And it's definitely not low testosterone.
I mean, even if
Nah,
he
man.
does, he should be seen for that.
Yeah.
Could
Low
be
You
T
part of
is
you
depression.
you know what? Yo. You know what? You know what? You know what I'm saying? Like if all right. You know what I'm saying? The only excuse I could even give this man is this. You know what I'm saying? If he's really deep into his school and his grades, and he's falling off, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? He's putting added stress to himself. You know what I mean? Like trying to get the right grades and all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that could probably, and the key word is probably, you know what I'm saying, lead to that part. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying like that's probably the only pass I could, you know what I'm saying, I could even think of giving this man. You see what I mean? Because like at 19, you know what I'm saying? Like yo, you know what? We were energizer bunnies, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't stopped till blood came out.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
who you fucking?
Wow.
bro,
What
you know what I'm
the
saying? Like,
What
hell?
the fuck?
like yo, bro, you know what?
Sounds
Like, yo, you know
violent.
what? Yeah, you know
You
what I'm
know
saying?
what I'm
It sure
saying? Like,
does. But
I'll
like, yo,
be
you know
back.
what? It got to the point, you know what I'm saying? Like, where there's probably one sperm cell left talking about crying or whatever. He's like, yo, I'm lonely in here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm
Damn.
saying?
All
Like
right.
that, like at 19, you know what I'm saying? At 19, you know what I'm saying? Like jackrabbits, bro. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
sounds like, you know what
that's
I'm saying, something that
your hormones are usually pretty up there.
jumping, yo, jumping, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
jumping everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Stop.
Everywhere. But it's like, don't yeah, like I said, you know what? If he's like really stressed out about his grades and you know what I'm saying, how it's going to affect his future and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, then that's probably like the only pass that, you know what I'm saying, that it could be probable at that. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah. All right.
You know, cause like yo, you know what? Yo, you know what? There's a lot of kids out here today like they actually give a fuck about school. You know what I'm saying? Like with that 4.0 GPA, they'll do anything and everything. Like drinking, you know what I'm saying? Like Red Bull and all that stuff with like all these energy pills, staying up all night trying to like get that perfect grade or whatever.
They need to
Yeah.
focus on their studies
Yeah.
Exactly.
and don't worry about having like that. Be single if that's the
Yeah.
case in college,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
and
Like,
just learn what you like.
and don't take your boyfriend to meet your brother and sister-in-law because he might have been with them.
He might have had a threesome for all you know.
Yeah. All right.
yo,
Well,
that threesome thing was crazy though, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, yo, you know what is the percentage of like, what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
No idea.
what is the percentage? You know what I'm saying?
It's
That
a
yo, that
small world. Are you kidding me? Like, if you live in an area and you see people in the area, chances are you might
but
run into them.
true, but you know what though? Like what will make that story more amazing is like, let's just say, they live like in a heavily populated metro area, like the New York metro area, right? Where, you know what I'm saying, like,
You'd be surprised.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll be, you know what I'm saying, like the NYC metro area alone is like what, like probably like 31 million people, and it spans like 3 states, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if it was a story like that, you know what I'm saying, where like, you know, they run into the brother, you know what I'm saying, the brother and sister-in-law of that part, you know what I'm saying, like what, like that would be like amazing. I'm like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying, like that would be further proof of how small the world is, regardless of how many people around,
Yeah.
like.
I
Yeah.
think that
But yo,
story
either
already
but but
proved
but but
that.
yo, but yo, either which way, you know what I'm saying, like that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
All
hey, I
right.
know you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Don't I know you from somewhere? No, that ain't me, man. I'm from
And
Buffalo.
and now and now and yo, you know what? And 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 now the sisters realizing that, yo, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Me kissing this man, I probably was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Oh
he probably
my
ate my brother. You know what I'm saying?
god.
Like
You
yo, you
can't
know
think
what?
like
Like
that.
she probably
Yeah,
yo,
she probably is
after
thinking
that, she
like
probably
that.
is thinking like that. Think about that, yo. Like,
Because
Uh,
you got to think about every other person he's ever kissed, touched, whatever, if we're going to do that.
yo, you know
well,
what?
he's
This
definitely
is
touched
yo, you know what?
somebody.
He was
this
at
is your
Swingers
family you're
Club,
talking about.
so.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like, yo, you know what? This is your family you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's out there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Crazy.
Yeah.
yo, you know, we've had a threesome. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not talking about it. Like in her mind, she's probably like, yo, so this nigga probably fucked my brother, or like vice versa.
Oh, TG, I got something to
Or
show you. I'll be right back.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, don't go crazy. Just talk about this stuff. I'll be right back.
You're supposed to give us a topic, and then we're
yeah, this
supposed to talk
I,
about it.
oh wow, I guess we'll make one up. Talk about
Talk
how you
about
guys
the
doing,
fact that this is crazy. That people be having crazy sexual experiences. I'd be asking more about the swingers club thing and stuff myself, but
bro? Like yo, you know what though?
Okay,
Like
I'm back. That was quick, right?
yeah, there was.
All right, so check it out. I went to
it was quicker than them college kids.
oh shit. I went
That's
into
why she
the
be depressed.
um Dubs. I actually got something. I went to the Goodwill today,
Hmm.
and I found something to give to your mom's. She's cool, and then I got this. I know that TG is a Green Bay fan. Did you know
Hmm.
that? Did everybody know that? He's a
Yeah.
Green Bay fan.
Hey, yo,
So I hold up real
speaking of
quick.
which,
So I found this cup.
Oh, sweet.
snaps.
Very
It's
nice.
I guess it's a mug cup, whatever you put it, and you can
Hmm.
eat
But
it.
wouldn't she
It's
have to
trap.
think about all the people that mug touched?
No, you
All the
wash it.
lips that it
No,
touched?
yeah.
Those.
I don't think this came from
Oh
a swingers
damn!
club
Let
though.
me tell you something. If we did that for everything, I don't think we'd eat anywhere anymore.
Nah, for real.
And yeah, so I saw it and I was like, oh, TG would like this. So I snatched it up.
Oh,
I'm gonna
thank
send it to
you.
you.
It's
So
cute.
send me your address and I'll send it to you.
Sure.
Um, so with that being said, We're gonna end it right here.
Sure.
Um,
I like ending with gifts.
That's what the brother or sister said.
Oh shit.
Boy.
So I'm Big Corleone. That's the Doctora Lady G. TG Love, La Profesora. I don't know how the fuck you say that. Profesora. She's the professor
Exactly.
of the whole shit. That's Simon Phoenix of the Dawn. I'm Big Corleone. This has been another episode of This My Her podcast. Thanks for everybody for watching and joining us and going to the chat rooms and bullshitting with us. Thanks for the emails. We'll be back next week with some more shenanigans. And always keep in mind that at some point,
This
This
might
might
hurt.
hurt.
with some
hurt.
fucking enthusiasm, people. Jesus Christ. Like,
This might
this
hurt,
might hurt.
bitch.
This might hurt, bitch. Yeah.
Yo,
Rawr! This is going to hurt.
yo,
All right.
bro.
I'm like, damn, do I have to bite down on the pillow right now? This is got crazy.
Yo.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Pain is love.
Night. Bye.